Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a very highly requested video and I am going to finally do it. Today's video, if you didn't already know by the title, is how I click Instagram pictures at home and how I edit my pictures. A lot of you guys always DM me and my DMs are filled with people asking me how I edit my photos, and so I'm finally going to show you how I do like at home self timer photo shoots as well as how I edit my photos. I have 3 main tips on my phone that I wrote down in my notes that I follow when I'm taking pictures at home. So the kind of vibe I like for pictures and how most of my pictures are is a very like neutral beige white kind of vibe. For that, first thing that's super important is to get a plain background, either a white wall or a neutral color wall like a beige wall or a gray wall or something like that, or you can also put up a white sheet or like find a neutral curtain as a background or something like that. So what I've done is I've put up a white sheet as my background on my shelf. I clipped it with like clothing pins and stuff, so that's the background I usually use. The second thing is, if you're clicking pictures during the daytime, then make sure you face the light instead of going against the light, because when you face the light your face obviously will look a lot brighter. Direct light helps with the like neutral white aesthetic. So that's what, when I'm taking pictures in the day, thankfully the way my sheet is set up is where the light comes, and when I'm taking pictures in the light I use a ring light. So if you have a ring light, even that works. The way I take pictures is I don't put a self timer on, because I think it's so stressful to like quickly go and pose. Like I can never pose properly when I like put a self timer on. So what I do instead is I set up a camera and I put on video and I just do different poses in the video and then go through the video and take screenshots of like moments I like. I find that a lot easier, so that's another tip I have. My fourth tip is to wear neutral colors, so nothing like too bright or like in your face. Like if you look at my pictures, I'm usually most of the time wearing like kind of neutral colors like beige, white, like dull yellow, black, like neutral basic colors. That also helps your picture match your feed. So those are my 4 main tips that I use when I'm taking photos at home. And yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna demonstrate for you guys and show you my setup and stuff like that, and then after that I'll show you guys how I edit them too. So this is the setup that I have, and I do different poses, and what I also do is I like push the table a little behind it depending on the like dimensions, I guess. Sometimes I'll push the table a little further if I want like more full body pictures. If I just want like portrait shots like of just my face, I'll pull it a little closer. That's how I take my photos, and I'm going to show you guys what I do. So I just finished taking my photos, and now I'm going to take the SD card out, put it in my laptop, take the video out, airdrop it to my phone, and then go through the video, find moments I like, and then I take screenshots of it. And once I do that, I'm going to put up the raw photos without any editing on the screen, and then I'm going to show you guys how I edit it. So the first thing I do when I'm editing my pictures is I go on Facetune. So I don't really Facetune my photos much. I mainly just use the smooth button to smoothen out like my dark under eye circles usually, because usually I have like this like weird thing there. And then I also use the whiten tool to highlight more on the areas that I'm glowing. So if I see that I'm glowing in an area, I'll use the whiten tool to make it like more glowy. That's pretty much all I do on Facetune, and then I'll do that to all my photos. After that, I will go on Visco and I'll add all my photos on there. And the preset that I use on VSCO is called AL1, and I'll reduce that down to around 6. After that, I go on exposure and I brighten it up a little bit, and with contrast I'll increase contrast just very slightly Then I'll go on temperature, and I'll reduce the temperature also very slightly, just because it makes it more like whitish and bluish, because that's what my feed is. After that, I go on skin tone, and I reduce the skin tone so I don't look too yellow and look more like colored rather than yellow. And I'll increase the grain a little bit. And after that, I just go on fade, increase it a little bit. Sometimes I don't put the fade on, sometimes I do, it depends on the picture. The last thing I do is I go on HSL, and I'll increase the S part of it. I don't know what it's called, because it makes my lips like look more pinker, and any like pink areas look more colored. And after that, I'll look at it and I'll decide whether I'm fine with it. So like for example, here I realized that the exposure was too bright for me, so I reduced it a little bit. And then the last thing is I just copy the edit and paste it on all the other photos, which is like a feature I love about Visco, so I don't have to do that individually to each picture. And yeah, that's how I edit my photos. That's how I take my photos at home and edit them at home. I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys don't have a camera to take, like a professional camera to take videos on or pictures on, that's completely fine. I only recently, maybe in the last like 1 or 2 posts, started using the camera, because I didn't have a camera before that. I used to use my phone. The phone works perfectly fine too, so you can use whatever you have to take videos and like take screenshots. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, share, subscribe. This was so requested and I finally did it. I hope this helped you guys out. I hope I explained things right. I will see you guys in my next video.